What's up, y'all? You already know who it is. You know what it is. Your boy JP, and coming to y'all with another how-to. Today we are actually going to be hooking up a 4-channel amp on our factory system. Now I've already changed the speakers out on this 2015 Chevy Silverado, I'm sorry. But now he wants to add an amplifier to it. No problem. So what we're gonna show you today is how to do that. So with this, what we have is the Alpine power pack. It's the KTP 445U, and on one side you have your speaker wires that will actually go to the speakers. You have a power ground and a remote right over here, and then on this side you actually have a twisted pair and another remote, and these actually have RCA ends on them. So since we're hooking this up to a factory head unit, we need to install the high level inputs so we can get signal to this amplifier. So what I did was I cut the RCAs off. Hold on just a second, let me see if I can grab one. Alright, so these are actually the RCA ends that come on it. They're all female, but since we're not using the low level, we are using high level because we're hooking up to our factory system. So I just cut these and I extended my speaker wires. That way we can hook this side up to the speaker level side on the amplifier. This thing has some little dip switches on the back, so it lets you know if you want to tune it, like front high pass filter or rear high pass filter. I usually don't even touch those for real, but this is the main one. You want to take it off of 2-channel and put it to 4-channel, but it's usually already on that one. And since we are using the speaker outputs instead of the RCA outputs, we want to make sure that that last one is down. So it's kind of hard to see, but if you look at it, 1, 2, 3, and 4 are up, 5 and 6 are down. So we have this on 4-channel amp and on speaker level outputs. Alright, next the thing that we have to do is figure out what is our speaker wire. So I have some I've already hooked something up in this car, so I kind of know that these are my speaker wires, but this is what we want to do. So if you're hooking up a sub amp, you don't need to cut any of these wires. All you have to do is find whichever set of speaker wires you need and actually military splice and tap into them. But since we're hooking up a 4-channel, we need this side of our amplifier, which is actually going to power our speaker wires, to go to the side that's actually going to be going to the speakers, and we need this side of our amplifier, which is the signal, to get the signal, which is the power coming from here. So once again, signal side of the amplifier, which is our high input, is going to go to the side that's going to the harness. So basically the radio is pushing power out through these high level speakers, and we're going to tap those and we're going to connect those into these wires right here. So out of the radio into the amplifier for our signal. Then we're going to go out of the amplifier with power into the speaker wire. So it's just like a big circle. So alright y'all, so I got my connections made. Once again, we are going from the radio into the amplifier as far as signal. Then we go out of the amp into the speaker wires. So of course there's a couple different ways you can find your speaker wires. The easiest is to look online, like d12volt.com, find out where your speaker wires are at, or you can tap into them, use a tone generator, pop them. If you do try to pop your speakers from the back of the radio and they do not tone, then that means you probably have a factory amp somewhere, or there's a junction in line somewhere and you need to find out where that factory amp is, and you can do this exact same thing at the factory amp. So I remember, you guys remember I told you I actually have a sub hooked up here. So since we're all still using the factory thing, the factory system, we can actually use our sub high level input and our 4-channel high level input in the same deal. So these two are going to our front channels on the 4-channel, and then I also have my rear channel going to my 4-channel and my sub, my inline sub, because we're just getting signal. This thing only needs to see signal. It's not tapping out any type of power or anything. That's the only thing we're looking for. So I just combine my positive and negatives for the left channel, for the rears on the 4-channel and the sub channel, and I also tie together my positive and negative on the right side. So basically, if I can just make this a little bit simpler, this is the input side of my 4-channel, and this is the input side of my sub amp. I twist those two together and put them on the left. This is me and I did the same thing on the right. So this is the 4-channel, this is the sub. I twisted those two together and hooked it up to the right. So now my left and right channels are going to be providing signal for my 4-channel and my sub. I also like to say, but I just want to make sure that you guys kind of have a clear, clear understanding about what's really going on here. So the only thing we got to do is push that back. I'm going to zip tie this stuff up so it looks a little bit neater. Put a little test tape on it. Put this amp down here because it's actually a perfect little spot right here where I can stash my 4-channel. Of course you want to act up when I got the camera on, but I think you have to go in there first. Hold on. All right, boom, I told y'all. So yeah, this thing fits perfectly right up under here, so I can still slide in my other component that actually goes right there. And I have that zip tie just a little bit nicer, and it's not gonna, I'll be able to put the AC in and put that big face back on, but that's looking all nice and neat and cute. I got my 4-channel right there, and I got my other one going back to the sub. Shoot, I'm ready to play some, baby. All right, y'all, so I put everything back together and it sounds amazing. Let's go ahead and try to turn it over. Yeah, sounds really, really good. Now, one thing that I have to let y'all know, just because I want to keep it real with y'all, with this truck, all of the warning chimes, the door chimes, turning signals, all that stuff actually comes through the speakers. So since we amplified that, we amplified all those sounds too. So this isn't really that bad. But those door chimes are kind of loud. So I just want to let you guys know that that is something that will happen when you amplify your speakers with this type of truck. This is a 15 Silverado. You will amplify everything else. An option that you can do is hook up all your channels on the rears. You will lose fading and balancing your music, but you will be able to use that front left channel, which would be the driver's side channel, and run that to an external speaker somewhere so you don't get those loud door chimes. And that's pretty much the only thing that I can think of. But the owner came in, he looked at it, he listened to it, he said he liked it, so we're gonna roll with it, and that's gonna be about it. He said he doesn't mind it because only 4 dings and it's just for the first couple seconds that he's in the truck. So he said he's cool with it. So you know what I'm saying, all personal preference. But I'm glad you guys found this watch this video. If you found any value, please hit that like button. Don't forget to share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Until the next time, this is JP signing out, baby. Catch y'all at the next call.